What's up, everybody? My first cooking video. I know, because who would have thought? So anyways, what I'm making today is chili. This is not my first round. This is probably my third or fourth. And I'll show you how I've sort of come to do it at this point. First of all, I pre-did all, you can't see it, but I've sort of sorted out all my ingredients at this point. So I found once I cook the meat, everything goes really quick at that point. Then when you're trying to open cans, get spices in there. So I'm using the Instapot. And with this, you gotta brown the meat first. I got my $7.50 per pound beef, good lord. And this is lean. And maybe I can show you here in a minute what this looks like. Just gotta brown it, and oh yeah, it helps when you helps to add just a little olive oil. About like that. That was exactly 2 teaspoons, right? Because so I think I already mentioned I hit the saute button on the Instapot. What that allows you to do, it heats the bottom and you can brown all this meat. Maybe better to do it in a pan on the stove, but I don't know. This does it too. This is how I usually do it. And once it browns, I'm gonna throw the onions in and let them soften up for about 3 minutes. Let me show you my ingredients. Yeah, so I got onions. I buy them pre-cut or whatever. And here in my little bowl, I've got, like I said, I pre-poured everything. But there's salt, pepper, paprika, chili powder, minced garlic. I'm gonna put some green peppers in it. Then I got a big can of tomato sauce, a big can of diced tomatoes. Sometimes I use Rotel, but Ty told me this time, he's like, oh, you already got green pepper, so why use Rotel? And he's not wrong. So as you can see, I just smash that all up in there and brown it. Oh yeah, and we're also going to use 3/4 cup of beef broth. So I'm using, by the way, I'm using 93% fat-free beef. Has it got more or better flavor? I don't know. But when you use the fattier beef, to me, I hate how that grease pools up in it. Like you can see it in the chili when it's cooked, and especially like leave some, put it in the fridge for a day and come back, and you'll see all the grease on top. Just, ugh. I don't want to deal with that. I just can't believe it's good for you. So flavor aside, I chose for a leaner beef. Here you go. Here's a shot of it. So at this point I'm going to add onions and cook that up for like another 3 minutes. You like to do this before the pressure cooking to soften the onions up. That's the purpose. That's the theory. That's what all the recipes say, at least. What did I say? 3 minutes? Okay. And then comes the exciting part. We just start dumping all the stuff in there. Because this Instapot is essentially a pressure cooker. You probably know that. We dump all of our stuff in. And put the lid on and leave it alone. Oops. I don't know if I want all these green peppers. That's almost all of them. And I'm not eating this till later on today, so they'll sit there and simmer and cook down anyway. So I'm not sure that it's that big of a deal, but I'll give it a good 3 minutes to soften up a little. I think that'll get it. You ready? 3/4 cup of beef broth. You could add more, but then your chili gets more runny. I like it thicker. Diced tomatoes, not drained. Tomato sauce, can of that. Wait for it. Kidney beans, dark red and light red, 1 can each. Oops, dang it. Just poured beans on the floor. And let's not forget our mix. Again, salt, pepper, cumin, paprika, minced garlic, chili powder. I think that's about it. Should have poured that in earlier. Let's get towards the bottom. Yeah, let's mix it all up. Let's talk beans real quick. I was going to try black beans in here because I love black beans. I mean, who doesn't? But I opened the can. I'd already opened the kidney bean can. Kidney beans are a lot more solid than black beans. I was afraid if I put black beans in it, they would cook down so much they would turn to mush. I don't know if I'm right or not. Makes sense to me after like squeezing one and they just collapse, but a kidney bean is a lot stronger. So I just went with the dark red and a light red. Give it a little mix up there. Now let's talk about some controversial stuff. Spaghetti. I was raised and I love chili over spaghetti. That's up to you. I probably won't do it on this round. I haven't been doing it. Not because of flavor or taste, because I do love it. It's more about blood sugar. All those noodles breaking down raises my blood sugar more than this. If you think about this is mostly beans, beef, vegetables. Honestly, it should be pretty decent for a diabetic like myself. So let's take a look at it. And then we're going to put the lid on and get this party started. Oops, I always go the wrong way, don't I? So there she is, pre-cooked. You can hear it in there bubbling, or maybe you can't. I can. Set this down. Alright, so this Instapot is cool. If you never used one, that slips on there, it locks on, and there's a valve right here that releases the pressure or not. So one over here goes vent, and you'll see it later, it'll shoot steam out because this pressure cooks. It's got a little lock here. I don't think you can take the top off when it's pressurized. But then on the front, you have different settings. I've got it on saute right now just to brown the beef. Usually I use pressure cook, but then I read a recipe today and I noticed it's got bean and chili button. So I'm just gonna hit that. Let me cancel it and turn it off, and then hit bean and chili. They've got on 30 minutes. Oh, maybe I should stick with the 30 minutes. Recipe said 20, this says 30. I'm going with half. I'm gonna meet them and set it to 25. So set that for 25. And to think about this, the pressure cooking piece, like say you set it for 25 minutes, there's a build up to that pressure. So it won't really start counting on your minutes until it's built the appropriate pressure. And like I said, there's a little button here in the back that you see it pop up once you're under like full pressure. And at that point, the 25 minutes starts. And then when it's done, it'll beep and tell me, hey, I'm done with my 25 minutes. And then it's sort of up to you. A lot of people, and I'll probably do this too, will let it naturally not vent out, but cool down, and the pressure will lower. Some let it go for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then you can manually hit this little valve and it'll start steaming out. But I'll probably let it cool down for at least 20 minutes. So of that 25, you're probably still looking at 45. It'll probably take 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes to build up the pressure, and then another 20 to cool down. Anyhow, we'll check back. All right, quick update. This has been sitting here for a while. Like I said, it builds up and then the timer starts. So we're at 22 minutes. I've got it on chili and beans. I actually have to leave for a few hours. So I'm just gonna let it go. When it stops, it'll quit cooking. The pressure will come down by itself, and it should still be hot when I get home. We'll see. And we're back. So, as I was telling you, I just left this and I had to leave. You can see I've been gone 2 hours and 40 minutes past its finish time. So I've not opened it. You're gonna open it with me here. So let's look at this. If you see here, there's a little check valve that's dropped, which tells me the pressure has released itself. Otherwise, that little white thing would be up. If I move this, okay, that also says there's no pressure, because if it was full pressure, it just go crazy up there. All right, let's see how this bad boy looks. Come on. Is it hot after 2 hours and 45 minutes? Tai, you want a bowl? You want to try a little?
Sure.
We're gonna get Ty a bowl. He's gonna tell us if it's any good. Bring it on over, Ty. Yeah. Looks good. Smells good. I'm gonna call it good. Anyways, that's that, guys. That's my chili. We'll let you know if we get food poisoning or not. It should be good. Great. It smells fantastic.